What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Teebee in the House. I'm your host, Teebee, and today we need to have a little family meeting. We're going to talk about something that's been hovering over our news feeds and our streets like a cloud of pure, unadulterated confusion. I call this show Teebee in the House because this is where we keep it 100. No side agendas, no hate, no political gymnastics. We aren't here to carry water for the left or the right. We are here for the truth. We are here for the facts. And most importantly, we are here to see if we can find where everyone dropped their common sense, because it's clearly lying in the gutter somewhere. Today's topic, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Now, before half of you switch off because you've been told that saying those three letters makes you a villain, stay with me. We're talking about the people who are out here actively hindering ICE agents from doing their jobs. We're talking about the trackers, the blockers, and the protesters who think they're starring in a hero movie but are actually just making the world a whole lot more dangerous for the rest of us. So let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. Common Sense 101. Imagine for a second, and I know some of you are very self-centered, so this shouldn't be hard. Imagine you're in the back of an ambulance. Your heart is doing the funky chicken. You can't breathe, and every second counts. Now imagine a group of people standing in the middle of the road, holding up signs, blocking the ambulance from getting you to the hospital. Why? Because they have a personal vendetta against the siren, or maybe EMT in general, or just people authority in general, or people in enforcement, or maybe they just don't like the color of the paramedics' uniforms. You'd be laying there thinking, are you kidding me? My life is on the line and you're playing games in the street? Well, guess what? When you hinder an ICE agent, you are standing in the way of the public safety ambulance. People act like ICE is just out there picking up grandmas who bake too many cookies. Look at the facts. ICE deals with human trafficking. They deal with drug smuggling. They deal with the worst of the worst. The people who have already committed violent crimes, who have been unaliving people, or who are waiting for the chance to actually do it. When you stole an agent, when you surround their car, when you do these, and I'm going to call them what they are, childish antics, you aren't saving a community. You are stalling the process of getting a predator off the street. You are literally giving a criminal a head start to go find another victim. Is that the justice you're looking for? Because from where I'm sitting, that looks like being an accessory to the actual crime. And I think these people that do this should be charged with accessory or obstruction of justice. And then we have the digital detectives. Oh, I see you on TikTok and other social media. I spotted at 5th and Main. Everyone stay away. You think you're being revolutionary? You're showing every victim, past, present, future, that they don't matter to you at all. Think about the logic here. If there was a serial harasser or a known violent offender in your neighborhood, would you post his location so he could escape? No. You'd be screaming for the police to get there faster. But because it's ICE, suddenly the rules of common sense go out the window. When you track and promote their every move, you're basically sending a bat signal to the criminal saying, hey, the coast is clear, move to the next block. It's shameful. It really is. You're acting like children playing a game of hide and seek, but the stakes are people's lives. There are families out here who have lost loved ones, citizens who have been unalived by people who shouldn't have been on the street in the first place. And your priority is to make sure the guy responsible can dodge a federal agent? Where is the empathy for the victims? Where is the no hate for the people who actually are being hurt? You're so busy hating the badge that you've forgotten actual common sense. I get it. Some of you have a personal vendetta. You don't like Trump. You don't like Republicans. You have an issue with authority. Maybe a mall security guard told you to stop skateboarding in 2012 and you never got over it. I don't know your life. And look, you're allowed to feel however you want. This is America. You can hate the system all day long. But, and this is a big but, your feelings do not give you the right to compromise my safety or the safety of my family or other citizens. It is incredibly selfish to put your political statement above the physical safety of the citizens in this country. ICE agents are sworn federal officers. Their job, the one we pay them for, is to enforce the laws that keep the worst of the worst from roaming free in this country that should not be here. If you want the law changed, go vote. Go to a town hall meeting. Write a letter. But don't stand in the street like a toddler having a tantrum because you don't like how the world works. When you hinder them, you aren't being brave. You're being an obstacle. You're being the person who stands in front of the police officer while robbery is happening because you want to discuss the nuances of policing. Man, move out of the way. People are getting hurt. Common sense tells us that if a house is on fire, you let the firemen in. You don't ask for their political affiliation first. Our public safety is on fire in a lot of ways, and these agents are the ones trying to put out the sparks before they become an actual inferno. We're coming to the end of the show, but I want this to really sink in. I'm not here to yell at you just to yell. I'm here because I want us to do better. We are better than this. We used to be a country where even if we disagreed, we understood that certain things are just factual. Fact. Violent criminals shouldn't be on the street. Fact. Law enforcement needs to be able to do their job to catch those criminals. Fact. If you stop them from doing that job, you are helping the criminal. It's not a perspective. It's math. So next time you see an ICE operation or you feel the urge to pull out your phone and start tracking them for your followers, take a breath. Think about the victim who is waiting for justice. Think about the mother who won't have to worry about her kid walking to school if the worst person is taking off the street. Put your ego aside. Put your vendetta in a box and leave it at home. Let them do their job so we can all sleep a little easier. It's not about being a Republican or a Democrat. It's about being a person with a functioning brain and a heart for your community. Stop the childish antics. Use your head. And for the love of everything, bring back some common sense. That's all for today on Teebee in the House. I'm Teebee, and I am out of the house.